Have you ever been lying in bed at night, unable to go back to sleep with thoughts going through your mind, like your life replaying itself? Maybe it's just me. It's that season of life, menopause, where I'd like to be sleeping, but unfortunately I'm not. I'm up replaying things over and over and over again. And, I'm just in a season of life where I'm coming to terms with being in my 50s. And that comes with a whole new territory because I don't know if you're like me, but honest to God, I feel like I blinked and I got here, or like things are moving at a lightning pace or speed. And even though I have heard many, many times before people say, time is flying. No. I am actually experiencing time flying. So I just want to talk to you a little bit about coming to terms with the 50s. As I look around YouTube, this place is really not geared for me or for us. My daughter is thriving over on TikTok, and I even think YouTube might be a little slower for her. But as I look around, and I'm trying to, get myself ready for the latter half of life and see if, everything is what I think it should be, I don't see a lot of company in this space. So today, I just want to talk to you about coming to terms with the middle of life. Where I am in my life, the choices that I've made in my life, the regrets, if any, I may have about my life. And as I look back over it, I'm very, very, very grateful that God kept me. Let me first start with that. I am very grateful that God is a keeper, that God is an encourager, and that God is a way maker. I am grateful that all things work together for the good of those who love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. And if you've been following me for any length of time, then you know that I am a Christian woman and that I lean on my faith and I talk about my faith. And so I am thankful to God for keeping me this far, because there's a lot of people, a lot of my colleagues, a lot of my classmates or people that I grew up with that didn't make it to this point. So I'm very, very grateful to be in my 50s and to have made it this far. I'm grateful for all of my experiences because I believe that they have made me who I am today. And so I try hard, especially at this point in my life, not to live with regrets, to do the things that I want to do, to muster up the courage to try the things that I'm afraid to do, to live a life that I can wake up every morning and look myself in the mirror and be proud of the effort that I put out, that I've maintained my morals and my values and my convictions, that I've been ethical in my conversations and ethical in my dealings, both professionally and personally. And so those things are all very important to me. So I'm grateful that that as it relates to that, I don't have any regrets, and that I have been able to live a pretty unencumbered life. I've been able to do the things that I want to do. I've been able to try new things. I've been able to fail and be encouraged and supported. I've been able to succeed and be encouraged and supported. So I'm very grateful about where I am and how I've gotten here. Now, have there been things that when I'm laying in my bed late at night or early in the morning, whatever the case may be, and I can't sleep, that play back in my head that I think, oh, I could have made different choices? Of course, every decision that we make in life is not perfect, right? It doesn't come without consequence, good or bad. So there have been multiple occasions that I have been laying up in bed or thought about things in hindsight, because hindsight is 2020, where I thought to myself, man, if I would have just taken door A instead of door B, where would I be? But then I'm also reminded that I'm very grateful about where I am. And even though that door that I chose had some, ups and downs, some highs and lows, some detours along the journey that I am very grateful that God kept me. And there was a lot that I learned from that. And I wouldn't change anything today that was a result of those choices, consequences, good or bad, depending on how you look at it. So that's what I think about when I think about where I am in life. Now there are so many changes that come with, I made a video about I turned 50 and I was like, yeah, this is 50, taking pictures and all that. And then, things kind of went left. So when I think about being in this phase of life, I think about, how I look, how I feel spiritually, how I feel mentally, how I feel physiologically, and all the things that come with it. I have been in menopause for some time. I actually went into premature ovarian failure in my late 30s. And so I've been in perimenopause. I've been on this menopausal journey for the last, 10 to 12 years. And so I am really looking for a light at the end of the tunnel. And fellas, if you're with me, follow me as I flow. I know my ladies will understand, but I had the occasion to have a conversation with a classmate whose wife, he just didn't understand. He really thought she was kind of going a little crazy, a little difficult. Their relationship was being challenged. And I was like, well, have you considered the, physiological changes that are taking place in her life right now, and was able to shed some light on that. Menopause is a trip. I mean, if you think that age is nothing but a number, I'm telling you, your body will check you right quick and be like, hold on, sis. It's a little bit more than a number. I hate to tell you that. And so, it comes with all these things: high flashes, sleeplessness, foggy mind, irritability. It's like PMS to me, in my opinion, on steroids, right? And you also have to be sane. You have to work a job. You have to raise a family. You have to be a partner and a helpmeet and a lover and a friend. If you're in a relationship, and all those things, and even friendships, your platonic friendships with your girlfriends, and your relationship with your other family members. And so that is, in and of itself, can be challenging, because while you're still being all things to all people and you're wearing all these hats, you're still thinking like, man, if I have one more hot flash, I might, hurt somebody up in here. Or why can't I remember things? Why do I walk into a room and forget why I was in there? Why am I in the middle of a task and I can't remember why I'm in this task? And you start to believe that you are going a little bit crazy, but lo and behold, it's just menopause. Or you have body aches and pains that you didn't have before. Or you have another appendage. Like, I've always had 20/20 vision. I can't go anywhere without my glasses. You see, many of my videos are filmed with glasses. So, it's just the change in life and the season of going from our reproductive years to, our years where we're no longer reproducing, and our body is changing and our mentality changes. And, there can be some challenges as it relates to depression and how we view ourselves, no longer, being in our reproductive years. And, youth, the fountain of youth, everybody chases it. Everyone's looking for it. And when you get to be in your 50s, one of the things that challenged me while I was laying in the bed was the fact that I was like, wait, hold on. Wait. So now I'm competing with people my daughter's age out in the workforce? Like, hold on, wait. I am that person. Like, I am in the age group that would be affected by ageism. Like, I'm here. And then you think about things like gray hair. And I got a few gray hairs, I'm grateful that, again, I've made it this far. And it's funny because I have classmates who are saying to me like, oh, so you want to act like you got gray hair. You don't have gray hair because they're more than half or some fully gray. And, it's just I guess the luck of the draw where we are and things. And so, you think about, as a woman, you think about how you look, how you feel, where you are in life, whether or not you're needed, because you're so used to running around like a chicken with your head cut off, meeting the needs of your kids and your husband and your life and all these demands. And then things start to slow down. Your kids start getting older and they don't need you in the same way. And, you start getting older, and your thoughts about your life and your perspective, they begin to change and they begin to evolve. And even you begin to slow down to a degree. So as it relates to how you look and this fountain of youth and all those things. And trying to now, when you're younger, you really don't care. Like, you go to bed with your makeup on, you eat what you want to eat, you drink what you want to drink, you drink as much as you want to drink. But as you get older and your digestion changes and your skin changes and your sleep habits change, the way that you move has to change. And sometimes that impacts the way that you see yourself. And so, thankfully, with the exception of that menopausal weight gain where your hormones change and women start getting a belly, thankfully, I've always been like a thick chick. So I'm not too far from where I've been my entire life. But I will tell you that midriff, that is nothing nice. And that will change when you can't fit into your clothes or you're suddenly gaining weight. That does change your perspective about yourself. And we have to be careful to love ourselves at all stages and to understand what we're going through and what our body needs, and to understand that we can't eat the way we used to eat. And I'm a foodie. There are things that I enjoy in life, and food is one of them. But I have to now, my body, what I desire changes. And so I eat now for fuel. I don't necessarily need the sugary things. And because I do intermittent fasting and other things and weight lift, I'm able to now see the patterns. Like when I'm stressed, how my body will crave, sugar or grease or things of that nature, like greasy foods like chips and all of that. And so if I'm outside of my window and I notice it, I can be like, oh, okay, I see. I'm feeling a little stressed because of X, Y, and Z. And now when I wasn't hungry before, now I want to nibble on something. So it's becoming more aware. I've started yoga late in life. When I was younger, yoga was way too slow for me. I was not interested in it. But as I've gotten older, I really enjoy that time to be in tune with myself, to listen to my body, to take note of how I'm feeling and my breath and all of those things. And so to give my mind and give my body an opportunity to be in tune, to work together as opposed to be competing against one another, as it's been most of my life. With a type A personality, it is hard to slow down. But as I've gotten older and I've gotten to the season of life, I realize how important it is to take time out for myself, to check in with myself, and to care for myself, and to make myself a priority. Because so often, ladies, we don't do that. Another thing that, and I'm looking over here because I don't want to forget anything I want to say to you about how I feel. I check in with not only how my body feels, but mentally where I am, spiritually where am I? Am I getting what I need to make it through the day, through the week, through the hour, through the minute, whatever the case may be? Am I focusing on those things that are good, those things that are that are healthy, that are going to produce good fruit in my life, or good spirit? Am I around positive people? Do I have joy in what I do throughout the day and the life that I lead and the impact that I make? That's important to me. Am I pursuing purpose? Am I just here to be here? The one thing I don't want to do is get to the end of life and look back and think, boy, I missed the mark. That is unacceptable to me. You only get one journey, and I'm trying to put everything into it that I believe that I'm supposed to impact and to be at the right point in the right position to be used and to lead the life that I am called to lead. I don't want to get to a point where I look back and I think, man, I wish I would have. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Those are not going to work for me. We are also, as I come to terms with being in my 50s, I'm also coming to terms with being not only in the middle of my life, but in the middle of aging parents and children. Being at the point where your parents need you more and your kids need you less, and you're still sandwiched in between them, meeting everyone's needs. Trying to also come to terms with who you are at this season of life. If you, what you want to do, what your desires are, what your goals are, if anything has changed in your outlook and what you see as, these benchmarks of success as you move along. So that has also been something that I've come to terms with. I'm very, again, blessed. My parents are in wonderful shape. And I'm not just saying this, but their primary care physician has said this about them, that they are unique for their cohort in their level of activity and flexibility and dexterity and all of those things. And so I am truly blessed that they are able to, get up and get out and take care of themselves. But I'm also trying to figure out, like, are y'all back at Menards again? Like, for real? How many times do you need to go to stores this week before you feel like you have gotten everything that you needed? Like, I literally have to keep tabs on them, and thank God for the iPhone that allows me to track them because I'm often tracking them. But my daughter needs me in different ways. I won't say she needs me less, but she needs me in different ways as she is a young adult now, and getting ready to springboard into her life, into adult life. And I always remind her, like, this is what being grown and adulting is all about. Of course, she doesn't want to hear that, depending on what we're talking about. But yeah, it's come to terms with now being at a point where people, the way that they need you changes, and even expectations you have for yourself, they begin to change. And so, I just want to encourage you, if you're in the middle of life and you're out here and you're changing gears, and either professionally or personally or both or neither, but you're just like wondering what's next, hold on, take a deep breath, take an introspective look at yourself and your life. And it's never too late to try something new. It's never too late to go after a dream that was deferred for whatever reason. It's never too late to move into things that you would like to move into. We're just in the middle of it, everybody. We're just in the middle. We still got the latter half, and the latter half is supposed to be better than the beginning. So the former. So I would just say that, strap on your boots. We're going to go for this journey. And as I discover new things or things come to mind, I'm going to bring them to you. I'd love to know what your thoughts are. If you're in this segment, in this season of life with me, if you can leave that below in the comments. I'd love to know what your journey has been, what you're looking to do in the latter half, if you're switching gears, if you're changing course, if you're on the journey and you're just going, ride this one out till the wheels fall off. I'd like to know that as well. Thanks for watching. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Share it if you think someone would benefit from it. And I'll see you in my next video.